Hello, my friends. Welcome at Petra's Cauldron. Yeah, it's me. I know I haven't been here for a very long time and I didn't post anything. I wasn't feeling too cool and too sexy. As you can see, I'm still a little bit infected. I had allergy attacks. Sometimes happening here in Florida, when the weather goes from hot to cold, and we did had a cold out of sudden pang, and that's when I'm flat on my ass. That's happening, but that's okay. So I am filming here today from my backyard, and it's very nice, very beautiful out there. It's my moringa, see? We got very blue sky, absolutely awesome. So now I was thinking I will be using this beautiful weather as long as I can. And I hope I can bring you some good feelings about that to your place too. Okay. So, what are we doing here today? I have been contacted by some of my friends, some of my people, some of you guys, and they have said that they would like to hear something or more about what I am, what I do, things like that. So, and I was thinking about, I said, okay, what can I talk about? I mean, there's so much I can talk about. Since I'm born as a wise one, there's so many things I can talk about. But I think I'm going to start with what happened to me last night. So, as I have told you, I'm different from other people. I know stuff. I got extras, especially after I died, from the video what I showed you guys, and I was talking about it, what happened with this asthma attack, what I had at a doctor's office, and I was dead for over 4.5 minutes, and I came back, and after 6 months of coma, I noticed that I had some more extras. Extras, that's how I call them. Well, one of the extras is astral travel. I'm not sure if you guys know what it is, astral travel. Some people, they know they can do it, astral travel. So what we are doing is you go to sleep, and your soul is separating itself from your physical body, and your soul goes traveling. Can be anywhere, anywhere in this whole wide world. Can be even a different star or a planet, wherever. And I noticed that when I was, that's about now 30 years, 35 years ago, when I noticed that. And I woke up in the morning and I said, oh my God, my lower back was killing me. It was so painful. And I spoke to my friends about it, and I said, I don't know what this is happening. I said, I don't understand it. I have such a back pain, and it hurts so bad. I just, ooh. And she said to me, maybe you went out traveling. Maybe you went places. I said, what? What are you talking about? And she said to me, she was a wise one too. She said to me, yeah, some people, they have this extra gift and they go traveling. They do work. I said, I don't understand. And she says, okay, let me explain. Now I explain to you. So the sleep has different types of stages. You have this very soft sleep where you can still hear noises and all kinds of stuff, and then out of sudden you go into a deeper sleep, and then you go into a type of sleep where you don't hear anything, and everything is just no memory. And then we come into this where we start dreaming. And sometimes we wake up and we remember our dreams. So that's the different type of stages, and there are more. So when you go astral travel, you fall asleep, and then your soul is separating itself from your physical body, and it goes very fast through, I would call it a wormhole or whatever. And you can go into different places. So, and I woke up in the morning today with incredible back pain. And I thought, okay, here we go again. I came back too fast, too quick, and it snagged me into my body, and that's what brings the pain. I know it sounds weird. You don't have to believe it. That's your choice. But I can only speak from my own experience, from what I know of and what I know of some other people experience too. Yeah, and if you go on Facebook or on YouTube, there are different types of groups and they talk about it on a regular basis. Yeah, just type in astral travel and what is it and what's going on there. And last night I was disturbed. I was working someplace, and it seemed to me like after my memory came back that I was somewhere in Mongolia, that corner. And I spoke to my husband about it, and I said, Schatzi, I said, I went to a place, I said I didn't like it. It wasn't nice there. The people weren't nice, I said, and it scared me. And I was running in different type of places, and I don't know what was going on. So I was explaining to him more and more what was happening. And he says, okay, that's why you're looking so weird, very, very serious. And my whole attitude was very serious. And I didn't feel right. I needed more coffee than I usually need to have. It was very, very different. So I started to explain to him what's happening. And so when you have that, you will remember what you have done. So you remember what the area looked like. You can see people you maybe know or people you haven't met yet, but you know those kind of people. You can explain what's going on there, and you know what you have done most of the time. So I was working there, and I was working with some other people. I was doing stuff with them. I'm not sure if it was healing work or whatever. Sometimes I do that. But I think it was more like preparing myself for the next step, what is going to come up. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to some other people probably. That's all right. That's okay. But astral travel can be very helpful, and it can help you. Sometimes the body goes back or your soul goes back in order to relive certain situations so that you can check it off and say, okay, good, I have done that now. I understand why I went there in my own life, why I went back into a situation where I was a little kid and something terrible was happening to me. And now I feel more relaxed. I feel better about it because now I know what was going on. Because now I'm an adult and I understand better. You know what I mean? So I believe when people do this thing with the astral travel, they resolve a lot of situations what they have with themselves, and they resolve a lot of situations what they have with other people. Sometimes we need to just be ourselves and have to relive things so that we can move on. Lessons learned. Many times that is the only reason why we go into astral travel. There were a situation many years ago. My husband is a soldier, and he was sent off to Baghdad. And now that is one astral travel thing. And he was sent to Baghdad to close down Abu Ghraib. So they were living in that Abu Ghraib jail prison where Saddam Hussein had all his prisoners in and tortured them and whatnot. So, and the American soldiers, they moved into the cells and they were staying there. And he was there for a year and a half, whatever. And I told him, I said, when you go there, I said, before you go there, I said, we have to put a spell on you, a protection spell. So my high priestess back then and I and two others, we came together and we put a protection spell on my husband so that he will be coming home alive, in one piece, not injured, and all that good stuff. So time goes by, so we were talking sometimes on Messenger, and we kept in contact, and we wrote letters back and forth, and something felt weird. So I went to see him. In my astral travel, and I saw a situation where mortals flew right next to him into the sand, and there was a big hole in it, and the soldiers around him, they were all running away. They were not injured. Thank you, Mother Goddess. They were not injured, but they all took off, and it was scary. It was so scary. And I saw that situation. And I saw another situation where he was sleeping in his cell, where they all had to sleep in, and the mortal went in next door. And I saw how that was happening. So my husband didn't tell me. He said, and he wasn't telling me anything. Every time we spoke, he says, I'm fine, everything is good. And I said, okay. I said, I know you're lying, but you know that's okay. So, and I kept it to myself because I didn't want to look like an idiot to him. He didn't know at that time that I could do this kind of thing, you know. And so he came home for 2 weeks of vacation. Vacation, yeah, right. Came home to visit. And he says, you know, Schatzi, I have to admit there were a situation, but I didn't want to tell you. I was so afraid that you get maybe upset and so on, so on, so on. So I said, yeah, I said, I know about that situation. And he looked at me and he says, what are you talking about? I said, the one with the model, actually the 2 times with the model where you almost got blown up with your soldiers. And he says, how do you know? I said, well, I saw it. And I explained to him the whole situation, both of them, into details. And his jaw just dropped down. I mean, really dropped. And he says, unbelievable. Unbelievable. If I wouldn't be there and you would not have told me that story, I would not believe you if that would be somebody else. You cannot be there. You know, you're in America and you are not in Baghdad. That is not happening. I said, yes, that's exactly what's happening. So, and at that moment, he didn't just discarded it anymore. And he was kind of happy too, on the other hand, because he didn't have to explain to me that there were really no risk anymore and they were not injured and all that kind of stuff. So, and that is what astral travel is. So I was witnessing a situation where he was in. And I knew at that moment spell work worked. The protection spell we put on him did work. His whole unit came home safe. Nobody was injured. Nobody was in a box or otherwise injured. Nothing, you know. And that helped me a lot. So when you wake up one morning and you have terrible lower back pain, I mean absolutely insanely back pain, then ask yourself, okay, what did I do last night when I was sleeping? Close your eyes, sit back, and ask you that question and go back into your dream world and try to figure out. Many times your body is telling you and is letting you know what was happening, and you will remember. You can write it down in a book. And sometimes we go in steps, and then you write it down again, and then it makes a whole story. And sometimes it gives you a message, and it helps you to resolve a situation, a problem you have, or fear, anxiety, and all that kind of stuff, and it will help you. Now that is astral travel. It can be very scary, and I'm pretty sure there are plenty of you guys out there who have done that and don't know what it is, and now out of sudden it's like, this is awesome. I know now what it is, what I'm doing. Now I don't have to be worried anymore. So here's what you can do. This is what I have learned too. Before you go to sleep, you tell your unconsciousness and your higher self before you go to sleep, if you want me to go travel, wherever you want me to go and do some work, what I need to do, let me come back in time. Do not smack me back into my body so fast that I cannot walk next day, because I have to be functioning. I have to do work. I have to take care of house, of children, and all that kind of stuff. I have a life, a human life. So if you need me to do some other work or whatever you want me to do, make sure I come back home in my body slow and safe, and not like bang, you know, like a bomb falls down on you, that you cannot move anymore. So, and you have to focus in on that. When you focus in on that, it will be happening. So next time you go traveling, then you will be closer by your house and closer into your body, and it's going to be safe and sound. And look how wet my hands are getting. Talking energy, talking spiritual stuff, my hands always turn bright red. This is amazing. Yeah, but that is what you can do. So it will help you to understand. I hope that I could help you to understand what this astral travel thingy is. And if you have questions, write it down below. Ask me anything, and I will help you to explain it to you, that you will understand it. And yeah, follow me, subscribe, ring the little bell, And please share this video. You never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're talking to. There may be some other people, they need to have this answer. They need to hear this right now because they are in trouble. And we are still close to November. It is the last day of November. It is when the veil is so thin. Spirit world, can come in easy with us, can talk to us easily. They check up on us, and sometimes we are very confused. Yeah. Maybe I should be doing a video on that too, about spirit world, what they can do. I probably do that. Yeah. So thank you so very much for stopping by. Thank you so very much for spending 15 minutes and 33 seconds with me. And just remember, if you hear somebody talking about this situation and they don't know what's going on, show them my video and have them contacting me, and I will be gladly helping them, okay? So you have a wonderful day, and I see you later, alligator. Hang in there and don't be afraid, okay? So thank you so very much, and until later. Tschüss.